Morning, folks. There's a few of you here today. I want to thank everybody for coming this morning. Ottawa residents are frustrated and they are angry, and they have every right to be. Their lives continue to be severely impacted by unlawful and unsafe events on the city streets, in the downtown core, and in the surrounding neighborhoods. This is unacceptable. This morning, we have begun implementing a new surge and contain strategy in our downtown core based on lessons learned over the last operating cycle of the demonstrations and new intelligence gathered literally in the last 24 hours. There are three parts to this new strategy. Number one, we're deploying a surge.
Morning,
of
Leah.
officers in
This is a
downtown
new update from Ottawa
immediate
Police.
neighborhoods.
For those that have
There will be
watched what's been going on in Ottawa, me
150
doing other
additional
live feeds,
officers
you guys need to hear
dedicated to
this
only
because
patrolling
I'm kind of
and
what the
addressing
fucking right
unlawful,
now.
threatening conduct in the most impacted neighborhoods, specifically Centertown, Lower Town, and the Byward Market. This surge will include working with our city and NCR official partners to prevent unlawful and unsafe use of public spaces by demonstrators. These officers and our partners will be focused on illegal activity associated with the demonstrators.
Morning, guys.
The surge will deliver a clear message to the demonstrators. The lawlessness must end. The focus of these officers will be on acts of mischief, hate, harassment, intimidation, and other threatening behaviors. Second part of the strategy will be an expansion of the hardening of the perimeter in the demonstration red zone, the immediate area of Wellington Street in front of the Parliament buildings. We will be further isolating and containing the demonstration in that red zone. The Ottawa Police Service, the City of Ottawa, and our partners will be utilizing concrete barriers, heavy equipment barricades to create no-access roadways throughout the downtown core. This includes considerations around the closing of bridges, highway off-ramps, and other roadways. Incoming protester vehicles today and throughout the weekend will be directed to designated parking zones outside of the downtown core.
Yeah.
Illegal parking by demonstrators will result in bylaw enforcement, removal, and impound if necessary. Again, interprovincial bridges, highway off-ramps, and roads will be closed as needed as we manage and monitor the influx of vehicles and the egress of vehicles from the core.
So I watched this a couple times, and that's why the poll's up there, because
The third part of the strategy, enhanced intelligence and investigation operations. We now have secured fully national, provincial, and local intelligence agencies. We have increased ability to identify
Howdy,
and
guys.
target protesters and supporters of protesters who are funding and enabling
you guys need to listen to everything he says.
by
Good
the protesters
morning, everyone.
themselves. Investigative evidence gathering teams
Listen
are
to everything he
collecting
says.
financial, digital,
And from what you
vehicle
guys have probably done
registration,
research and seen
driver
stuff of,
identification, insurance
make your own
status,
opinion.
and
But
other related
I don't
evidence that
see
will be
people
used
playing
in
hockey
prosecutions.
and shit is evil.
Every unlawful act, including traffic and insurance violations, will be fully pursued, regardless of the origin, at any time in the future. The primary focus of each of these measures will be on the unlawful behavior connected to the ongoing demonstrations. This includes parallel and counter demonstrations. We strongly urge all demonstrators and those engaging with the demonstrators to act lawfully, peacefully, and respectfully.
But they have been.
The hatred, the violence, the illegal acts that Ottawa residences and businesses have endured over the last week is unacceptable in any circumstance.
There it is. Right there. Out of all the streams we've seen down in the main protests in the main areas with the trucks, from my opinion of what I've seen, truckers cleaning up garbage, roads not a mess. They're shoveling snow off the roads. They're keeping it clear for people to get by. I haven't seen cops freaking out I haven't seen any of this stuff that this guy is saying in this one statement that bothers me. This is a reaction. This is my opinion. Maybe I'm crazy and I missed it. Maybe hockey is considered a new violent act. Maybe I got to look up the Websters.
The Ottawa Police Service and the City of Ottawa are bringing significantly greater resources to restore order, hold offenders to account.
They are
and
black,
protect our
though.
neighborhoods.
They are Indian. They're of every race
The
and
current
ethnicity, though.
demonstration in the
Mexican.
parliamentary precinct red zone remains unresolved, despite significant successes in reducing the number of trucks and demonstrators while preventing riots, injuries, or deaths. We take no solace in
Wait a minute. Preventing riots. Motherfucker, what is a riot? Oh my God. No, okay.
these operational successes to date. Our goal is to end the demonstration.
Yeah, they do, Mike.
The demonstrators in the red zone area remain highly organized, well-funded, extremely committed to resisting all attempts to end the demonstration safely.
Safely? They've only been safe.
This remains, as it was from the beginning, an increasingly volatile and increasingly dangerous demonstration.
People dancing, playing hockey, laughing, cleaning the streets, making sure all garbage is not blocking anything, respecting their fellow neighbors, the constituents, the stores, everything. Where are you going with this?
The Ottawa Police Service continues to work with the national security agencies, the RCMP, the OPP, and other municipal police agencies. Over the last 48 hours, we've also been able to engage all three levels of government to effect a safe, timely, and lawful end to this unlawful and unacceptably dangerous demonstration. Public safety remains paramount, as does our commitment to work with all levels of government and all parts of civil society to bring this demonstration to an end.
So now it's a demonstration.
Closing, I want to reiterate
Trying to figure
what
this out.
Ottawa residents have endured, what Ottawa businesses have endured, what our own service members and our partners have endured over the last week is unacceptable. And we have learned from our experience. We have gathered new evidence. We have secured new allies, and we're implementing new measures.
I didn't know China outsourced. Oops, my bad.
To an end.
Sorry, I'm being facetious.
Thank you very much. I'd be pleased to take any questions you may have at this time.
Good morning, Chief Marika Walsh with the Globe and Mail. I'd like to go broad first and talk about trust. Residents in Ottawa feel that the police have broken the trust. They see the police helping protesters, direct them to where they should be bringing their fuel cans and jerry cans, and they see propane tanks stockpiled near the canal, whereas the police in the past and enforcement in the past has meant that things like a lemonade stand can continue. So how do you speak to residents? How do you explain and how do you ensure that trust is rebuilt now when they think that you have abandoned them?
Thank you very much for your question.
Because it was a
And again,
peaceful
I take
protest and
great
they weren't
empathy
breaking
with
any
those who
laws.
endured unacceptable
Acceptable. Doesn't this?
violations of their ability to live and raise their.
Okay, you hear this? I want to count how many times the guy says unacceptable, because it sounds like he literally was just talking Trudeau, because that's what it sounds like. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with fucking Trudeau when he was saying they're misogynist and fucking racist, saying unacceptable values. The freedom of speech is not an unacceptable value. Everything has been clean. Everything has been like, honestly, you can look at all the feeds for the last few days. Yeah, you're going to have a couple of troublemakers. They're going to go down there because whatever the heck's going on. But you try to solidify the view of one or a couple of people and make it the whole thing is now evil. I don't know how you sleep at night.
Their families and conduct their businesses in the city, in their neighborhoods, particularly during this time, almost 2 full years into a global pandemic, with everything that everybody has suffered and endured. I have met with those business owners. I have met with the residents. I've patrolled in these streets, and I can see
Yes,
plainly
Jay.
and understand clearly the depth of frustration that they have in the police service and in society as a whole to what they find here happening today. We are doing everything we possibly can to keep them safe. We are doing more and more each day as we learn and understand the nature of this demonstration, how it is supported, funded, sustained, and committed to continuing on despite best efforts by policing partners here and across the country.
I want to quickly add in also, supposedly the rumor is that GoFundMe has actually frozen the $10 million raised for the truckers. It's under review. There has also been rumors in the supposedly articles saying that the Ottawa mayor is literally going to be suing these truckers for that $10 million for damages and suffrage or suffering. So, Ottawa, it's like this saying, like places can look beautiful, but they're fucking poison on the inside. And Ottawa's giving the prime example right now.
We're absolutely committed to bringing this demonstration to an end. We've implemented major new efforts, 150 new officers.
So you made jobs.
Intelligence will be
Congratulations, you got jobs. You did good.
Impacted, where that trust has been most impacted. 24 hours a day over the next 4 days coming through this weekend, those officers will be focused on enforcement, bringing to order, and bringing to justice those who've committed disorder and unlawful acts, to support those residents and support those businesses and rebuild that shaken trust. But it will take more than the efforts of our officers to bring this demonstration to an end. And we have gathered allies and support.
But it's a demonstration. Where are you seeing the violence?
Policing and public safety and all 3 levels of government.
I wonder how long until I get limited again.
We are implementing new measures, and we are encouraged by the new measures that others in our ally group are considering and implementing right now as well.
Remember to smash the like, guys, if you want, or the dislike. But like, don't smash the like for this, dude. Smash for the fact that I'm talking about this.
Chief Slowly, Stéphane Leclerc, Radio-Canada. Just wondering, does that mean, because you talk about enforcing bylaw, towing and impounding vehicles, what about the trucks on Wellington? Does that mean that you're going to start today removing trucks from that?
The rumor is there's supposedly like about 1,000 counter protesters coming
been enforcing
during this
the
weekend.
bylaws, the Provincial Offences Act, the Criminal Code.
Good morning, Sherry.
We've been reducing the number of trucks in the entire city of Ottawa, and particularly in the downtown core, including in the red zone of Wellington. The number of protesters have dropped off significantly. The number of trucks
because it was snowing
and the surrounding neighborhoods have dropped off significantly. People have been arrested and charged. Offenses have been dealt with through bylaw and provincial statutes. Evidence is being gathered. Investigations are ongoing, including the criminal investigation to the desecration of the cenotaph.
All right.
That has been going on since the beginning of this demonstration, and
supposedly there was one woman back at the beginning who did something, and there hasn't been anything since. I have not seen or heard of anything since. If it was ongoing violence, it would literally have been on every news media outlet, mainstream media outlet, saying the cenotaph has been vandalized again. The cenotaph has been vandalized again, and then it would come to under the pretense of then why aren't officers stationed there to prevent it? So either they have officers there and they prevented it, and they're going all off of one situation, or there's more going on, and they're refusing to protect the cenotaph, and it's on their fault to begin with. So either way, this is like this feels like a half-assed statement. This sounds more government written than lawful etiquette, in my opinion. But I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a cop. But for some reason, when he starts talking, I'm smelling bullshit, and I know I had a shower today.
Will continue on. Certainly, the criminal code investigations will continue on in perpetuity.
That's if they make police reports
on criminal investigations.
Keely Chow, good morning.
Bring those who committed those criminal acts to justice. In regards to a timeline for when we'll remove,
well, it is a narrative. He's using unacceptable views. That's the fucking Trudeau statement.
Including the trucks in the red zone. I do not have a timeline now, but as I've stated before, every option is on the table. Thank you for your question, sir.
Oh, rhetorical. I thought you meant radical.
Good morning, Chief. Natalie Van Roy from CTV Ottawa. Vulnerable people feel abandoned and harassed in their own city. How did you let the protesters gain so much control?
Thank you very much for your question. I've had the opportunity in my patrols over the last week to speak with some of those vulnerable people. I can tell you it's hard.
Did you talk to any of the truckers?
In fact, as I was parked right out front of this police station on a board briefing with my board chair in regards to where we were in the early part of the week,
how much funding was promised to Ottawa police to go along with this? I'm asking as a rhetorical question.
Both of them clearly struggling with a range of disabilities, doing their own shopping in sub-zero temperatures. They stopped to speak with me. They expressed their frustration and their fear. They also expressed their understanding for the incredibly difficult job that we're doing and for the work that we've done to support them thus far. I understand there is a wide range of opinions around the efficacy of our efforts to date.
Yeah.
But we've done
Right,
absolutely
like right
the best
now.
we can to keep this city safe, to keep residents like that safe, the most marginalized, often the most racialized communities as safe as we can. We need to do better.
All right. This
We're
guy's making me
committed to
throw.
doing
Hold
better.
on. So did you just say like the most minorities and the most racialized? Half of these truckers, or even all of these truckers, are literally of all the stuff he's saying that they're being attacked. There's been no attacks from what we've seen on the road. That's the fucked up shit with this. What he's saying is because no mainstream media is actually on the ground giving live coverage. The only people doing this is Facebook, YouTube, D Live, and anywhere else under the sun. And unless all those people holding phones and GoPros and everything are literally manipulating live footage somehow, and are literally masters of fucking shit that not even Lucasfilm can do with the Book of Boba Fett, there's layering shit going on here that doesn't make sense. And this is my opinion as a Canadian, and from what I've seen over the last few days.
Better. We now have more intelligence and allies to do better, and we're implementing more and better plans. 150 officers in these neighborhoods to support people like those two people I spoke about. 150 officers 24/7 over the next 4 days. No matter how many trucks come into this town, those officers will remain dedicated to keeping those vulnerable members as safe.
We've seen these officers walking around in their groups, and they've been, hey, how are you doing? They're not being badgered. There's no fist fights in the streets.
Step up our intelligence and investigation efforts. We will hold to account not just the demonstrators, but those that fund and enable the demonstrators.
There it is.
In any way.
There it is. There it is. He's not. This is a fear tactic, in my opinion. What he just said is anyone who goes out and gives them coffee, gives them donuts, helps them, offers them mittens, or supports them, or gives them money for gas or food or whatever, you're now a fucking enemy of the fucking province. You're an enemy of the fucking city. This guy is literally doing almost the same thing Trudeau did with the misogynistic, racist fucking comments. We got unacceptable views and saying anyone who supports these views, you're also an enemy. He just villainized people who are just saying thank you for standing up for something everyone believes in. Again, my opinion. This is a reaction to this shit that came out, I believe, to this morning. But all I smell is horse shit. Yes, we do, but we apologize. We literally will set fire to the barbecue and then cook everyone beaver tails. That's what our riots are. And for me, this is not rhetoric. This is personal opinion from what I've seen. What's been live accounts across multiple feeds. But you saying anyone who supports them, you're literally just trying to cut off the flow of the people that are actually of that. I hate this word fringe minority because it's not a fringe minority. I don't know how you could say shit like this and believe it. You're to protect the people. But I haven't seen anything that's come at the people. I haven't seen news reports on it. If there was that much bad shit going on, let's take 2020 shit going on with the BLM crap. Let's look at all that fucking coverage, mostly peaceful while shit's burning fucking behind you. And the only thing I've seen so far is maybe someone spilled a coffee or a hockey puck hit a car by accident, or a hockey, like a street hockey ball hit, like tennis ball hit a fucking car. That's it. I'm trying to figure out where the hostile environment of this is coming from. And if you're picking out maybe, let's say 20 people that are there for the wrong reasons, because they'll probably come up again, those 20 people don't represent what these people are doing in general. And the people that are supporting this, kids too? You're saying kids who even handed a cookie, what, you're going to come after them? Throw them in fucking juvie and shit? Fucking my mind's hurting right now. Brush your teeth, motherfucker.
And we will have a hardened plan for the weekend's demonstrations, including concrete barriers, expanding that red zone, and locking down bridges, highways, and major throughways.
That is true,
to
Corey.
reduce the ability of vehicles and trucks.
Nice to see your new name in the chat.
And when they come in, to target them, ticket them, and remove them as best we can. Thank you very much for your question.
Target them. You're already doing that right now.
Chief Mackenzie Gray with CTV National News. You've spoken previously about how you think some of the protesters have guns. Is the Ottawa police not willing to move into the protesters because you think if you do...
Yeah, that's what mainstream wants. They want
Thank
the
you very
cops
much
to
for your
move
question.
in violently.
To be
They
clear,
want to be the
We have
CNN.
already made arrests involving individuals who were intending to and were bringing firearms to the nation's capital to be involved directly or indirectly in the protests.
Yeah, I've never heard any
Through
of
our
this.
partners across the country, we were able to identify one individual and interdict him before he was able to get close to the city. A firearm was seized, charges were laid, and he will face full prosecution, including potential jail time. That remains for anybody in this city or in this country or in any other country that intends to bring a
And
firearm
thank you for
to a
punishing my
lawful
channel.
protest,
It's cool.
to engage in unlawful activity in any way. Do not bring weapons. Do not bring firearms. Do not come here to cause harm. Do not come here to break the law. You will be held to account.
Hi, Craig Lord from Global News. Can you clarify then, do you currently have intelligence that there are restricted firearms
Yeah,
planned
they made everyone a villain.
weekend when the protesters come?
I'm going to invite Deputy Chief Bell to provide that intelligence update.
Oh, here it comes. Yeah.
Thank you very much for the question. In terms of intelligence that we have for this weekend, we are receiving information, have been tracking and working with our partners. We're anticipating between 300 to 400 trucks attempting to enter to engage in the demonstration this weekend. We also have information that indicates that there will be between 1,000 and 2,000 foot participants who will join the area of the demonstration, as well as up to 1,000 counter protesters who have indicated a desire to come down to the area. In terms of specific intelligence that we have relating to weapons and firearms, we continue to update the city in terms of public safety advisories and conduct investigations in any sort of weapons or threat related information that we receive. Thanks for the question.
Hi, Chief. It's Joanne Canello from CBC News. Chief, I'm sure a lot of people are very happy to hear there are efforts being made to stop trucks coming into the port. People have asked why that didn't happen last weekend. You told us that was impossible, both through the charter and logistically. Like, what's changed?
Joanne, thank you very much for the question.
Money.
We cannot block off the entire city. We cannot stop anybody that wants to bring a vehicle or a conveyance into the city or walk into the city.
It's a Red Bull. It's
This
not
is the
beer.
nation's
It's too early. I got
capital,
another
it's a
hour and
democratic
15 minutes
society,
before I
and
can
we
do
have a
that.
Charter of rights, all of which you stated. We did block roads. We did reduce access. We did create zones where people could park.
If there was so
vehicles
much of
outside
these
the
things
port.
going on that he's
The
saying is
number of
causing
people,
fear,
the
it would
number
have
of
been
vehicles,
across
the
every
number
6
of
o'clock
access
fucking
and egress
news.
points in the city. This is the largest geographic city in the country, the second largest geographic city in North America. There is no way a police service of our size or any size.
Not yet,
could
Sky
block
Jumper. I
off
haven't
the
looked in
entire
that
city and
stuff.
Stop that, even if it was legal. We're taking more steps this week. Thank you very much. We're taking more steps this week. I'm going to invite Deputy Chief Trish Ferguson to speak about the traffic plan and the hardening of the downtown core. There will be more closures. It will create
Yeah.
more problems and traffic chaos for
I get you, Jane.
healthcare workers.
No matter what, you're a villain.
Emergency service providers, city workers, business owners, and people that
I have a
want
Bloody Mary. That's a
transfers to the
workaround.
city.
I don't
There
like.
will be a
I don't
price
like
to pay
Caesar,
for higher
Caesar
security.
Clamato juice and tomato
That is
juice.
what we're
Sorry.
trying to balance on a constant basis. I'll invite Deputy Chief
Before you
Ferguson
go,
to add her
Chief,
comments.
Before you go, I just want to say, I didn't ask
Look, he-
about the
he
whole
totally just cut her off, too.
Every part in, but how come they weren't stopped trucks from coming into the core where they are now and getting hard and being difficult to move them now?
She's going to speak in French, and I can't translate.
Good morning. Bon matin à tous et à toutes. Thank you. I'll begin comments in French and then we'll. À la lumière de ce que nous
Hold
avons
on.
vécu, ceci se traduira par de poursuivre les plus strictes machineries lourdes. Nous nous affairement illégales de la zone parlementaire. Last weekend, we had over 8,000 people and thousands of trucks attend demonstrations. in
Morning,
downtown.
pod racing.
We have since made significant progress in reducing this number through enforcement and patient negotiations.
You can have all the wine. I'm allergic to it.
We know more demonstrators plan to come and want to be very clear that they should stay home. Based on our experience over the last week, we are implementing a range of tactical measures to keep Ottawa residents safe and prevent further unlawful activity.
Oh, and you're new.
We
Sub
are
to the
deploying
channel.
all
Makes me
available
feel good.
police resources.
You're like Griff.
Residents and demonstrators will see a surge in on-duty officers in the downtown neighborhoods of Centertown, Lowertown, and the Byward Market.
Oh, wow.
On the ground, this will represent an officer on every street corner to fully enforce all unlawful acts. Officers have received zero tolerance enforcement directives with full authority to pursue the strictest possible punishments
Oh,
for traffic
say
violations,
from what?
mischief, hate crimes, harassment,
What
sitting,
fucking hate
intimidation,
crimes?
and/or menacing behavior.
What fucking
To
hate
address oncoming
crimes?
traffic, we are utilizing hundreds of concrete and heavy equipment barricades to create non-access roadways throughout Centertown and the Byward Market. The City of Ottawa will further share information on this initiative later today. We are working to ensure the flow of traffic, but it may be necessary at times to close the interprovincial bridges. Our negotiators have also communicated designated parking zones to demonstration organizers. The efforts of the Ottawa Police Service this weekend will be focused on the unlawful behavior connected to the demonstrations and the possible influx of demonstrators. The ongoing occupation of the parliamentary precinct remains unresolved, and we are working with all policing partners, including the RCMP, the OPP, to remove these vehicles as safely and as quickly as possible. Our top priority is to bring these demonstrations to an end. I'll now turn it over to Deputy Chief Steve Bell, who will speak more about what to anticipate this weekend, as well as
Smash that like, sub to the channel, make Fat Steven proud. I was kidding. I can't do it. La Fromage, yeah, I think it. Yeah. If there was, it would have been all over the news. Yeah, honking is now violent. That's right, Joe. Yeah, you got it. Thank you. New name in the chat. It is violent. Supposedly, even it was getting censored on certain people's chat if you said honk.
So as I indicated before, from the start of the convoy, we've been working with partners to gather intelligence and evidence on the ongoings of the situation.
The Salvation Army, grocery stores, and
the SQ and
the
the
mail
Gatineau
service.
Police to gather and disseminate real-time intelligence information that's
Je ne pas parler le français, Rogue Disney.
That
L'anglais,
intelligence is
please.
currently telling us
I know what
the
idiots
following.
and manipulators mean.
We can expect to see an increase in vehicular traffic to the downtown core beginning on Saturday and increasing over the weekend, with again an anticipated decline of that traffic on Monday. We're also anticipating several protesters will attend on foot to gather in the area. Our information
Well, they're not gonna
indicates
fly
that
in.
large groups of people who are both in support of the convoy as well as opposed to them continuing to be in the city will gather in the parliamentary precinct. We anticipate that these lawful demonstrators will continue in the downtown core throughout the weekend. On-the-ground investigative teams will continue to collect and pursue all available evidence of any illegal activity. This includes the collection of license plate numbers, first-hand accounts and witness recounts, social media information, and physical evidence of
You mean any
wrongdoing
social media
in the city.
information that hasn't already
There is
been there for
currently
fucking
underreported
days now?
some crimes of the unlawful demonstrators. To our residents, we implore you to please respond
Oh,
and
just
report
it's
any unlawful
it's
behavior that
wackadoodles.
you are witnessing or a victim of. Every unlawful act, including traffic violations, will be fully pursued.
DT, it doesn't work like
We're
that.
working closely with our policing
The
and
police still
intelligence
serve the
partners
people as
across
much
the
as
country.
what this
If
update
you
is
come to our
not
city
people
and
for the
commit
people.
crime, we will investigate.
And Trudeau doesn't want to. He's already made his side. He's already chosen his side. He thinks siding with peaceful BLM protests is more important than talking to his fellow Canadians, which all of them are fellow Canadians. That's a clown right there.
Journal de Montréal, bonjour. Dans le centre-ville, là, on voit en ce moment les manifestants qui s'installent, qui sont là pour rester.
No idea. No, there wasn't.
L'hôtel de ville, là, dans le fond, des structures de bois là, pour distribuer la nourriture et tout. Là. Qu'est-ce que la police va faire à ce sujet-là? Est-ce que c'est légal pour eux de s'installer à ce point-là? Et qu'est-ce que vous prévoyez justement faire là, pour les
Oh
empêcher
shit. Does that mean jaywalking the planet's in trouble?
Bon, merci pour la question. Nous tentons à adresser la situation.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Please, for the love of God, where?
L'anxiété pour nos résidents et
Do you not have subtitles?
Maintenant, une enquête active pour nous autres.
Morning, Pops.
Thank you for taking some more questions, Chief.
Yeah, and Bruce, if you ever watch this in the future, I definitely would like to live in fucking Texas right now.
Facilitating, for example, the transport of jerry cans of fuel, and why it appears that the stockpiling of fuel fuel, which is dangerous, but also allows the protesters to harden and to stay, appears to be condoned by the police.
Yep, thank you very much. This has been, as I've said many times, and as my colleagues across the country,
You want to
who
help
are
out Canadians?
managing similar
Hit
demonstrations,
that
nothing in
subscribe
terms of
button.
the size
I'll
and the
try to
scale so
disappoint
far
you in the
today.
future.
We'll see what
That's all
happens
I
in
ask.
GTA on the weekend.
Tory is even
This
doing
is
the
an
same shit in
unprecedented
Toronto.
and
He's
unique
terrified that
set
there's
of
going to be fucking
circumstances.
truckers coming
Level
here, and
of
he's already putting
organization,
mandates down.
funding,
Or he's thinking about it. Oh, you hear me, Bruce. There you go,
commitment,
bro.
communication. We have found at least 2 operation centers right here in the city. There are multiple operation centers across the country and internationally. Funding is coming in locally, nationally, and internationally.
I eat
Supports,
candy. Hello.
including legal advice, logistics
I
support.
would like it in
and
Houston.
yes, fuel
I'm gonna have to
support
do. I'm gonna
are
start.
coming in from all
People are gonna start
sectors
be like, "You want to
and all
come here? You
sides.
want to come here?"
We have done absolutely our best to ensure that we cut off such supports. We isolate and contain the demonstration to the footprint that it is. We've managed to reduce that footprint over
Have a
the
good one,
last week,
Project.
and we'll do
Thanks for
everything we
dropping by.
can, including the efforts you just heard from my deputies to continue to do that. There is no facilitation of food, water, fuel, logistics, or funding by any member of this police service or any other police service that I am aware of. Let me repeat. There is no supply of food.
But you
water,
take a
fuel,
what you
logistics,
from what
or
we know,
anything
cops
else
have
that
even taken
relates to
free
enabling
coffee
this
that's been handed
demonstration
out.
by any member of the Ottawa Police Service or any other police service that I am aware of. Should that information come to me, you can be clear, as Chief of Police in this service, I will conduct a full investigation. I will use the full extent of the Police Service Act and, if relevant, the criminal code to pursue charges against such.
Wait, hold on a quick second. Wait, Candy. Wait, is that true? The OPP actually gave out hot food last night? Was that in Ottawa or was that out in Alberta? Because I know what's going on with the RCMP and stuff is that it's been mostly respectful. They've been checking on the truckers doing the blockade, making sure none of the trucks are broke down. They offered mechanics to come in to fix and not interfere. But where are they handing out meals? Because I didn't even see that. Damn, I would have loved to got that on camera.
Chief, outside of you and the mayor, I can't find anyone in the city who describes what the police has done so far as a success. There's been people
Yeah, sure.
out of this police station right here at different points in time. So why should those counter protesters and why should the million residents of the city think that the new measures that you're going to do today are going to change anything and that the outcomes will be any different than what they've seen before?
Thank you very much for your question. Again, I just want to reinforce the deep empathy I have for those who have suffered in any way, particularly those who have been suffering the most over the last several weeks.
Whoa! This several weeks. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Several weeks. Several weeks. How could if they've only been here? What? Today's day 7 or something. How is weeks even a plural form for not even a full week? What does that mean? Weeks. Wait. My head is hurting now. Weeks. This is day 7 today. If I'm understanding correctly. So how is it weeks of empathy for people suffering? The trucks are coming. It's probably been years too. I think this guy's running on memes time.
We'll tell you that that empathy comes from a practical experience that I have.
That
in
would
this
be
matter as
years.
well.
That would be years.
I too am a victim of a criminal offense. Death threats against me in the last 48 hours. Death threats against city officials in the last 48 hours that Deputy Chief Bell and his team are investigating. While we've been handling this crisis over the last 12 days straight, working 12, 14, 18 hours a day, people like myself, counselors, and other public officials have had to look after the personal safety of themselves and their families and their homes while managing this. This is impacting everybody, and some people very directly.
Hey,
I
off
have
next.
deep personal empathy for those that are suffering. We are doing everything we can to make sure we keep the city safe, every resident safe, every business safe. But this is an unprecedented demonstration that is happening here. It has connections locally.
Yeah, you're right.
provincially,
Yeah, you're right, Mark. That
nationally,
sounds what is going to
and
happen.
internationally. We are literally learning lessons every day. We are getting new intelligence every day. New
Just keep it
allies
respectful in the
terms of
chat.
national and international security agencies are aiding us in understanding the depth and complexity.
I can't see
resilience
anything
of
in
what
there,
we're up
dude.
against, so we can make changes in real time. I've announced today real-time massive changes. 150 officers surging into the 3 impacted
Cool.
neighborhoods.
So he's got 150
Centertown,
new
Lower
jobs.
Town, and the Market on a 24/7 patrol focused on unlawful, unacceptable, violent behavior affecting those neighborhoods. We have significantly increased resources from provincial and federal sources, as well as our municipal partners, and we have new engaged allies at all 3 levels of government.
I don't think he will go
and across
violent.
Civil society. It is that combined effort.
Last
that
time the
will
military
continue the
brought in was
successful gains that
was
we've
I think
had.
with Ford
I
and the
will tell you
long-term
first
care
question a
facilities
member
where
of
he
the
got
media
found
asked
out
me
how much
12 days
those
ago
places were in
when
shit.
it was clear that this would be a sizable demonstration coming to the nation's capital. The very first question asked to me by a member of the media, Chief, how will you stop what happened on January 6th in Washington, D.C.?
Oh, for fuck's sakes. This is not, oh my God. So you're literally playing off the fear of the U.S. that's only been built around a narrative. I'm saying this as an opinion. It's not fact, because I don't want people getting their asses hurt, because I am not political. I'm breaking down what this man is saying versus what I've seen over the last few days. Why does even January 6th compare to this? You are literally doing a far reach here, and the people that are asking you these fucking questions probably don't have a concept of thinking for their fucking selves. This bothers me.
In 2020. And I got to tell you, that was stopped. Now we've got a lot of unacceptable and unlawful activities in addition.
See how he said unacceptable first before unlawful? Fucking goddamn it.
To the death, injury, and full riots that we saw south of the border a year ago in almost the same circumstances.
What death?
I take no solace in that success. I learn from that, and I learn from the mistakes made. I gather more information, I gather more resources, I gather more allies, and every day we wake up and try to do it better. We need to do it better.
Keep it respectful in the chat, though, guys.
Thank you very much for your question. I think that's the 2 questions. Thank you
There,
very much.
I'm not left or right. That it sounds like Trudeau wrote this.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get it. Okay.
How do you
That's all the
sleep at
time we
night?
have. C'est tout le temps que nous avons. We will be.
Now, yeah, this came out a little while ago. This is actually, you can find it yourself on the actual CPAC, CA, which is, I guess, our government shit. But yeah, this was a 31 thing trucker protest. As the chief of police slowly speaks with reporters, but efforts to ensure safety of downtown residents as the trucker protest against whatever mandates enters its 8th day. Fuck, we're in the 8th day, so that's not even weeks, bro. It's not a plural form. It's a day. It's a week and a day. You don't know how you tell time. What the fuck? Why is it when I saw Trish Ferguson, for some reason I thought Turd Ferguson? Saturday Night Live popped my head. But from my opinion, that this is horse shit. You serve the people, to serve and protect. That has been a motto of the police force, not to serve and protect a narrative of. All I heard was Trudeau talking. Speaking of Trudeau, there he is. There, look at him. There he is. This is from the 3rd of February. Look at that. I don't fucking get it. Morning, everyone. We just watched the police chief shit. I will put the link in the chat if you ever want to watch it yourself. But this is about this video. What do I mock bullshit? All right. Oh, I could have done it in French too. Oh shit. All right, for those wondering where it is, here you go. I'll put it in the chat. You guys can smash the like if you're new to the channel. Subscribe. Helps. I am a Canadian fucking streamer. I'm not very political, but like I've been covering different feeds that people have been on the road, on their feet, wasting and going through their batteries, their phone plans. I haven't seen any of the shit this man's been talking about. And when you see the truckers and how they're acting in general, I'm proud to see that they can be there as brothers and sisters, neighbors and family, and not have to throw punches. They're putting hockey sticks on the street and they're playing street hockey with kids and adults. You have people who have left and escaped from communist countries coming down to support them and give them food, saying, we came to Canada to get away from this shit. There's a lot of people who've heard those stories and can relate to that. I have yet to see any type of violence, hateful conduct, or any type of shit. And with mainstream media, if that shit was going on as what he just said today, it would have been all over 6 o'clock news. It would have been on feeds everywhere. I'm not saying he's a liar, but what I'm saying is saying things like unacceptable views, motherfucker, goddamn Parliament wrote your fucking statement. And it sounds like a cop-out. We are doing the best we can, but we want someone else to take over. That's what it sounds like. I have never been more proud and more embarrassed to be a Canadian than after this fucking shit. And that's not even it. Let's not even look at the fact that there's a protest going on. And yeah, maybe people's lives have been a little bit up and down because of the honking and the noise. Let's take that out of the equation for a second. These truckers are putting their life, their income, their ability to support their family, their kids, their wife, their husbands, however they live their life, their loved ones. They're putting that all in jeopardy because they want to stand on their principles. The worst people affected is not the old. It is not the ones who are disabled, as much as it affects everyone, whether you're in poverty or not. It's the kids. The kids have had enough. That's where this shit is coming from. There have been lots of signs, if you go through the feeds and actually see them, where they're saying, we're doing this for our children. We're doing this for our kids. Because the ones that are suffering the most through all of this crap is kids that can't even go outside, hang out with their friends, go play in the snow, go tobogganing. You know, when you would go up and down the hill in the tube rides, like go to the winter festival, skiing, all of that. And then you get to summer. If this was happening in summer, you know how fucking crazy it would be right now. It'd be a different atmosphere. But the kids are the ones getting punished the most for this shit. And the worst part, when this is all done and whoever gets villainized or arrested and the mainstream media decides to say, hey, there was all these people, and they start planting their faces across the news, those kids are going to be villainized through school for the rest of their fucking lives. And these people that are saying this shit, even if they don't believe it, have put a target on people's backs through bullies, through the divisiveness that's already been going on the last 2 years. The values of being respect for your neighbor doesn't matter what your gender, your identity is or your political views are. You would still be able to share a beer and a hamburger and have a barbecue. You're literally just, you're giving people that want to attack others for not agreeing with their shit free reign. This isn't just in Canada. This is everywhere. I would be horrifyingly scared to raise a kid right now in the last few years. And the only people that are going to be growing out of this with evolution of intelligence is the kids. The ones that have had enough. They see what's going on. The fact that they're sacrificing the fun of their innocence to have a childhood because they are starting to understand and being told what is going on is why they can't have fun anymore. That is my problem with this shit. I don't give a fuck about your politics. I don't give a fuck about politics in general. But don't you dare characterize the humanity of your fellow man, your fellow Canadian, your fellow American, or your German, whatever it is. The villainization shit has to stop. Especially coming from a fucking prime minister who was supposed to be representing the whole fucking country, who has worn blackface and black body more times than he can even fucking remember. That is literally the definition of the kettle calling, the pot calling the kettle black. There's always going to be a fringe minority that feeds off violence, trolling, the death threat shit's like a commonality now we hear all the time. But you just put death threat targets on all those other people in the future. It must be very hard to be an officer. It must be very hard being put in these circumstances. I understand that. But for me as a human, I don't get it. And I'm speaking from the heart here. I don't fucking get it. They are heroes, but the thing is that's the thing though. Those heroes aren't being called heroes on TV. Yeah, I've covered a lot of those humble guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm speaking from opinion right now. I'm not one of rhetoric. Okay. I've been the kid that's been bullied through school. I've been the ones that's been. I come from living off disability here in Ontario. And being villainized because of it. I've lived through Doug Ford's bullshit during 2020s and cheesecake fucking fiascos and all that crap. Like I speak from personal experience of what it's like to be on the low tier. This is free reign bullshit in a way. Yes, the people of Ottawa deserve to live in a safe environment. Yes, I agree with that. But if there was such a thing as violent and hate crimes and all this crap going down, why is none of it on mainstream news? Why is it? It is so fucking quiet. Yet the only thing they focused on was the Terry Fox statue. Mainstream news feeds off that shit like fucking like Dave Chappelle's skit. Y'all want to buy some crack? Same shit. It would have been all over the place. All over our feeds. Articles everywhere. But the unfairness that comes with mainstream is that none of them are on the ground doing what YouTubers, Facebook live streams are doing, D-Live, everything. You don't see any of that. They don't even approach a trucker. In 2020, Trudeau put out a tweet saying truckers are the supply chain, they're the lifeline, or whatever. That tweet, right? He put out that tweet, and the hashtag was "Thank a Trucker." In 2 years, it has gone to villainize a trucker. But you're labeling them all truckers. You're not seeing them as mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, grandparents. Few things when it comes to Canada, because we got like South Park tropes and all that shit that people make jokes with the hey, sorry, we want your beer, hockey, yeah, all that. I get all those jokes. It's great. It's part of the Canadian thing, whatever. But I don't want this to be a fucking the next kind of like stereotype for Canadians or anyone. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This is gonna be like a yearly thing for a lot of people. This in general, however it goes out, whether peaceful or not, they're going to look for someone to blame. They are going to look to outcast, put their faces on, and it's going to travel down that family line. It's going to make school life harder for them. It's going to make walking out in public harder for them. They won't be able. I'm not using this word as a reference because it's a different circumstance, but it's like, I'm going to say the name. I never thought I'd reach the day where I have never been more embarrassed and proud to be a Canadian and a human being at the same time. From watching this and what I've seen on live feeds, it's not the same. You didn't have you didn't have to do that, Psycho. You really didn't. But thank you. And honestly, I'm gonna give a quick laugh just because I can. So you get the boat back.
Yes. Yes.
And I state this from opinion as a human being. Okay, I don't vote. It's hard to vote sometimes. I come from a person who's lived off disability, who lives on disability. I come from a person that was laid off by email in 2020 when they reached a certain time mark for being able to fire people because of what was going on with the medical shit, like Abantha. Yes, I come from a life where I worked downtown Toronto as a courier for about 8 to 9 years. I was hit by 9 to almost 16 times. No, 16 times. 9 times I was almost in the hospital. I have seen 2 to 3 neurosurgeons. The last guy who hit me opened his driver's side door in oncoming traffic. I'm on a pedal bike. Everyone knows what a bike messenger is, right? I hit that door so hard, not only did I rip the front door off the hinges, I went over that door, landed face first on a manhole cover. It started my chronic migraines, and it fucked up my spine. The neurosurgeons who went to go look on me can't operate because it would paralyze me from the waist down. I've seen them dancing. I've seen them play hockey. I've seen them smile, laugh, joke. The only thing they want is to be able to make their own choice. But what this chief said today, I don't even know if he believes it. This is going to be the worst future ever for a lot of people. I've seen people shoveling the street so it's clean. Garbage is not everywhere. There has been no one fist fighting. Well, we don't know what people, when they're drunk, they're doing. I've seen nothing of the sort. The worst thing I have seen so far with these live streams and these live feeds, and I will say this honestly, because some of you guys do this who are doing the feeds, and if you ever hear this in the future, you motherfuckers complaining about super chats and you not getting fucking donations. That is the one thing that's been bothering me with some of the live feeders down there, who are literally going, oh, well, someone's just restreaming my stuff. I'll just use a copyright bot. They didn't ask my permission. You should be coming here and giving me your subs. I need your fucking money. That is the only shit that takes away from this fucking, the thing you're supposed to be doing down there to report the news, is your fucking selfishness for $1. That's the only shit that bothers me. But there has been nothing out of the way that makes me feel like this is a nightmare. And I speak as a single human being. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to believe me. But watch that video for yourself. The link was in the chat. And then go watch through the live feeds. And tell me that it adds up. Because the way this shit's going, it's like watching your country turn on you and making you a bully for just standing up for yourself. And Pops, you didn't have to do that, man, but thank you. I don't cover this shit usually. That's why I play a lot of gaming on my channel. That's why I talk about pop culture. But this shit's fucking hurtful. Just keep it real, my brother. Great feed. Thank you. I'm going to try to get myself to laugh because I'm almost crying a little bit. But honestly, Joker said it right.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? What?
Exactly. Yeah. But I don't agree with this. If there's been violence, it would have been all over the place. Sooner or later, we can't avoid it. Hello, Rick Rolls, Karen. How you doing? Someone streaming without permission isn't right. Yes, I agree. But guess what? It's YouTube. It's going to happen. If you have a problem with it and it hasn't been transformative, guess what? Yeah, go after them. But I want you to go look at the last video with Quartering and fucking Pokemon and how that shit turned out, and then come back to me. I am doing commentary, so it's already been transformative. So he can be upset that someone's restreaming his content, yeah, or their content. Yeah, I can agree with that. But don't be bitching about it while you're trying to show the Canadian people what the fuck is going on the street about fucking money. Because as soon as you make it about fucking money, you take away the whole meaning of why you're fucking down there. And that drives people out of there. It's this fucking professional victimhood. Stop it. Fucking stop it. You're journalists. You chose that path. I don't know what that super sticker is. Hold on. What did you do to me? Let's see. $10. Come on, man. You didn't have to do that. $10. All right. Now I'm gonna have to do another one. Oh god. But like that's me on principle. Okay, that's not me judging you. But like, fuck off. Like money, like that's when you take away. It literally, when I saw some of that stuff, I changed the feeds. You know why? Because it was weird. It's the same way this guy's talking about how there's weeks of hate crimes, weeks of fucking empathy for people that are suffering. What the fuck? It's a lot easier to make someone laugh than it is to make someone upset. But thank you, Max. What am I going to do? What am I going to give you? Now, here we go. Where is this? Do I even have the other one? Oh, here we go.
This town needs an enema.
We were raised to respect people's opinions, respect people for who they are. And I just don't agree with people trying to go after money for this shit. Morning, Mackining. As journalists, you're supposed to cover the whole story without any bias. There's not supposed to be selfishness because someone else took a picture of your feeds. What do you guys think about this message if you guys watch this video? Like, I might sound like a crazy person. Cool. I can respect that. But I don't believe today, after I'm done with lunch table, I'm going to probably look at some of the live feeds again. I usually don't talk from the heart like this. I usually don't cover this shit. I don't, because I feel like if you go down this road, you will become consumed like hate, like when you're doing like just hate clicks or drama click video. I don't want to do that, but like this shit is just, it's eating at me now. They know if they crush this early, it doesn't hit them like it will. I think it's like, but they have to go home. And how are you going to answer questions? You're literally, that's the other thing I was talking about, like how you're putting a target on the back for kids that are like related to the truckers that might be villainized in the future on the news or whatever. The same time, if these, let's say these officers have kids and they come home and they're asking questions, innocent questions like, why are they bad people, Daddy? Why are they bad people, Mom? All that shit. Are you going to tell them what was on that paper you just read? Or are you going to say something totally different? Because that, even at home, in the home environment, will make kids will already put kids on that path to either see them as enemies. This whole thing was to talk about not being forced to do something. Even Shaquille O'Neal, that clip yesterday was Shaquille O'Neal on the auto thing where he was like on the news. He's like, and he was like, that's force. I'm like, no, we were told to do it. No, that's force. And like, she would not give up on the fact to agree that it was forced. It's like they cannot even see them. Whoa, did I just lose everyone? Whoa, did I just get one person kicked out? Wow. Okay. Well, YouTube just fucking hit me. This is all speakful. YouTube just hit me and it went down to one viewer in 10 seconds. That was weird as fuck. You should have seen it on my screen. I was watching right now. Went down to one viewer. I had to check. This is good. Mark, thank you for keeping us informed. I'll say what's going on. No. Don't thank me. I am just showing the feeds that people have up. You can thank every one of those fucking people like Viva Frey, Travel 69, what's his name? Ottawa's. Those people. Thank them. They come first. Honestly. I am just giving an opinion. Those types of feeds have inspired me in a way to talk about this shit as a Canadian. As someone who's been through some shit. Thank them. Thank the drivers who are literally putting their whole fucking life on the line. Not me. I appreciate it, Mark. You bald bastard. Reaper says, about this press conference, their morals, their code, it's a bad joke. Dropped at the first sign of trouble. Yeah, I just got hit with limited ads because I'm talking opinion. I'm not bashing anyone. This is an opinion of what's going to happen in the future to certain people. You're not seeing the big picture. It's not about the like what we're being forced to. It's how you're growing enemies based off accusations that have no foundation. They're only as good as the world allows them to be. Keep it up. Or thank you, Reaper. I think the chief just said all that to appease the people screaming about the protests. Yeah, but where are all those people on camera? I've seen one, and that was that dude who was screaming at the truckers about it has to be about the provincial. I remember that one. Technically, federal and provincial police should have come in if they wanted the police solution. Yeah, but I don't think he wants to. I think I think they want the military to step in, because it's still, at the end of the day, these are still people of the town to serve and protect. But if they were such a mandate of fucking needing protection, why is none of it on the news? I'm asking this as a question because I can't figure it out. But I never thought Canada would be like this. And I guess in a way, that's my nativity. Whatever. Eventually, my mouth and my brain will work. What just happened? I got a flash on StreamYards. My viewers dropped to 1. And then my this stream that was fine went to limited ads because I'm talking my pain. Whoa, Jester, what the fuck, Jester? Well, hold on. I didn't even see that one. Hold on. And I will go back to gaming. Thanks for being you. What the fuck, Jester? What the fuck? Why can I not see that? Why is it not on my screen? Jester, your super sticker isn't even here in my chat. Oh, there it is. All right, there we go. Thank you, Jester. And for all of y'all, I'll give you the one of the best ones.
Fat Steven Scale with 2 Canadian. Drinker was so mean and mocked my fatness and movies. Ah, shut up, you fat fuck.
I like making people laugh. Yeah, I saw that too. It's okay. I'm not a political channel. I'm not a political human being. I believe I believe in humanity. 2021, like people who've been friends with me and knows what's been going on. When my dad had to go to the hospital, and I was freaking out because I had to watch him be carried on a stretcher, and I can't visit the hospital because of the way things were. It was heartbreaking, and when you have no control, and that's where it's coming to. It's like you feel like you have no control. And to parents out there, it's got to be a lot harder. A lot fucking harder. Because we're always the first people they look up to. I want to be a fireman like my dad, or I want to be a nurse like my mom. I want to work the same business my mom does or my dad does in the rest. All that stuff. But I just got hit again. But the day those kids see their parents' faces on TV and made villains, I can't imagine that feeling. Yeah, I know. They are effing with me. YouTube, this is me talking from the heart. And that's it, because I do have to get going soon because I have another show. It's called Panic What They're Doing. Thank you, Psycho. I've never expected to have 43 people here listen to me talk. This is weird. I know what he's saying. As an officer, he has to do something. I will never dismiss that. I'm not an officer. I don't agree with the words. But crack. You guys really don't have to do that. I'm just. What was a super sticker? I can't see it. What was it? Oh, did you do shit again? Butt crack. Oh, it was the thumbs up. I was expecting the poop emoji. And I see like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, brightest day. I see that. Remember, in the old days, all government. Yeah. Today's gonna be crazy in Ottawa. It is, yes. He's just an order follower. I agree, he is. But I couldn't even see in his face whether or not what he was saying he agreed with. Take it easy, Psycho. It's good that you're not political. Leave the politics to comics division. No, that's not true, though, Keely. I'm not speaking from a political side. I'm speaking from a Canadian side. I don't have to leave it to anyone. That's why it's so weird when I do stuff like this. I don't agree with that. I don't. I understand what you're saying, though, but I don't agree with that. Migraine? I know the feeling, dude. Stop telling me who to leave the shit to. God damn it. God damn it. I'm Canadian. I'm not talking about Canada. Let me have it. Palmy's Million. If there are those in the chat that don't know or you're new here, she's a trucker in the U.S. Everyone should be giving her applause for what she's been doing, working. We all need to come together and show the world we are all a part of this. We can't just go somewhere else. No, we can't have everyone live in Florida and Texas. The whole North American continent would not be on an angle. It'd be funny. Thank you, Corey. That's it. I hate politics, but I can't ignore shit. No, you can't. It's at our front door. It's at my front door. I didn't think Canada would ever have this. Mackie drops in a $10 super sticker, which is, oh God, you guys are all giving me hugs with hearts. This is weird. I feel like I'm putting myself out there. I'm not your guy, buddy. I'm not your buddy guy. Yeah. Think for yourselves. Exactly, Memes. Memes is also a good dude. But Apollo has been a wonderful addition to the channel when she comes and talks on. She is a trucker at heart. She is very loving, very caring. She supports who she wants to support. She's a good person. A lot of these people in this chat that this channel is probably really weird. Going, why is Fat Steven Seagal? I thought he was in Russia talking about this shit. There's good people on the internet, especially in pop culture. But I will speak my mind on this. I will cover this. Doesn't mean I've faltered in my standards of no politics on my channel, because this isn't about politics anymore. This is about fucking humanity. I would like to die knowing I still have some one day. I think that's the main message here. It's all good, Billy. You're good. I appreciate all you guys coming by and participating in the chat. Like, I didn't even expect anyone to listen about this. It's really fucking awesome. Thank you. It's not easy talking from the heart or talking from an opinion that people might think you're just this side or that side when there are no sides when it comes to being a human being. I still have a piece of the Berlin Wall. I think one of my parents gave it to me back in the when I was when they didn't want to hold on to it anymore. I can't give up my humanity. No one should. But if you guys want to stick around, I do have another show to do that is about pop culture. We have to interview someone. It'll be on another channel. But for those that are new and old, if you want to see me or see live feeds and have like talks like this, put a 1 in the chat if you want me to do this again later today. Because in the end of the day, it's still the people who want to see shit, right? Good morning, Arwen. Loki, Mornings of Mischief, said it best. We do not kneel. Nor should we. Good morning, Rough Girl. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, everyone who donated. You didn't have to. I only spoke from the heart. There's a lot of people on their feet, especially with the way this has been said, the way I'm feeling about this. Like any person who even like is live streaming, we don't know what's going to happen. I just hope it doesn't end badly. So say we all. You all have been great. I'll see you after the next show. I am Fat Steven Seagal. Like, share, and subscribe if you deem it necessary. Fucking even hit that dislike button if you don't. I don't care. It's a fucking algorithm. I'll see it in the studio later. I am Canadian. I am a gamer. And I'm human. Thank you, truckers. Thank you, everyone.